A woman is suing singer-songwriter R. Kelly for allegedly failing to disclose a sexually transmitted disease. She also accuses him of sexual battery. Kelly is one of the most successful R&B singers of all time. His multiple chart-topping hits include Bump and Grind and I Believe I Can Fly. And he's no stranger to controversy. After a series of sexual misconduct allegations by former girlfriends, several music streaming services, including Spotify and Apple, removed Kelly's songs from their featured playlists. A growing protest movement online is called Mute R. Kelly. Jericka Duncan spoke to the 20-year-old who is suing Kelly. Jericka, good morning.
Good morning. You know, this woman, Faith Rogers, says that she was in a relationship with R. Kelly when she was 19 for nearly a year before leaving. During that time, she says Kelly instructed her to call him daddy and would lock her up for hours at a time. Rogers says he even introduced her to one of the 5 women Kelly allegedly said he was raising.
He was like, here's my number, take it. Text me a picture of you so I know it's you with your name.
20-year-old Faith Rogers says in March of last year, she met R. Kelly in San Antonio at a party after his concert.
He was older than me, and that was a red flag, you know.
Did you look at him as a 50-year-old man at the time?
Not at all. Even being around him, he doesn't act his age. And you feel like I'm chilling with somebody I went to high school with.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
After 2 months of phone calls, texting, and FaceTiming, she says R. Kelly flew her to New York to attend one of his shows and even paid for her hotel. The morning after the performance, she says Kelly visited her room.
He turns on all the lights and he's like, take off your clothes. And he says it, you know, with authority in his voice, not just, you know, he's demanding me to do this. And I didn't take off my clothes because why would I? Just wasn't ready. Sex isn't something, you know, I'm ready for it.
According to Rogers, she ultimately submitted to having sex and alleges Kelly recorded it on his iPad without her consent. Did you want to have sex with him?
No. He has this type of like intimidation right off the bat, you know, so I was just waiting for it to be over.
What happens after that? What sort of conversation did you guys have?
He comes over and he starts like rubbing the side of my face. And he asked me how old I was. And I told him. And he's like, you know, if you're really, you know, 16, that you can tell daddy, right? And he was like, you know, you just look about 14, 15, or 16.
Rogers, who was 19 at the time, is suing R. Kelly for sexual battery and willfully, deliberately, and maliciously infecting her with herpes. And she claims Kelly mentally, sexually, and verbally abused her. She believes the now 51-year-old Kelly pursues teenage or underage girls and lures them into engaging in sex acts. In April, she filed a criminal complaint with the Dallas Police Department and says under their advisement, she recorded a phone call with Kelly, hoping he would admit to knowingly giving her an STD.
But what about my situation?
I don't know about no situation. I don't never talk about nothing to nobody on phone. I don't do that. I don't care what the situation is.
Rogers claims Kelly also routinely locked her in a van.
The first time I was left in the car for a total of 8 hours that night, and the child lock was on the car.
I'm that star up in the sky.
Rogers believes Kelly was priming her to join a group of women she says he lives and travels with.
He goes on to tell me that he raises 5 women. Some of them have been with him for 15 years, and he basically was trying to make it seem like it was a family thing. He described these women as being his family. Then he goes on to tell me, you know what, I love you because you remind me of them.
She claims she had a brief conversation with at least one of those women, Joycelyn Savage.
My daughter's severely brainwashed.
In July of 2017, Savage's parents held a news conference asking authorities to remove their daughter from Kelly's home.
So we just want him to release her and let her go on with her life.
They believe Savage and several other girls were being controlled by Kelly and forced to perform sex acts as part of a cult. But Savage denied those claims to TMZ.
I'm in a happy place with my life, and I'm not being brainwashed.
For decades, there have been questions concerning R. Kelly and his relationship with underage girls. In 2008, he was acquitted on child pornography charges. Prosecutors alleged he made a sex tape with a girl around 14 years old. A 2017 BuzzFeed investigation describes 3 women who say they were sexually abused by Kelly and were part of a sex cult. Kelly has long denied these allegations. A social media campaign to mute R. Kelly led to promoters canceling a concert in Kelly's hometown of Chicago last month. He reacted on Twitter.
I've never heard of a show being canceled because of homeless. I hope you guys, don't put that on me.
Despite nationwide protests at shows, the 3-time Grammy winner is still performing. As for Rogers, she hopes by coming forward, she can help put an end to Kelly's long history of alleged abuse.
What was it about him that kept you going back?
It's not like all the time he was just, this devious person. There's been times where he's, crying and he's telling me, about his children, about his ex-wife, comparing himself to Michael Jackson and how, how the media destroyed him, and he felt like that's what was going on in his life.
Why file the lawsuit?
I want it for girls like me who are gonna run into him in the future, and he's gonna do the exact same thing. But it could get worse, I chose to walk away. What about the ones who don't walk away?
We reached out to R. Kelly's representatives, and they told us they have no comment on Rogers' allegations or the new lawsuit. In a Washington Post article in April, a representative for Kelly said the singer categorically denies all claims and allegations. Rogers says she is not looking for a settlement, and her lawyers say they will be seeking a jury trial. This, I think, is just so surprising for people who've been following his career and everything surrounding these allegations for years, to hear that this girl was 19 at the time R. Kelly was 50.
Yeah. As you point out, these are not new allegations about him. It's been... these stories about him have been going on for years, starting with the marriage to Aaliyah when she was 15, and of course she's no longer with us. But maybe in this time that we're living in now, Jericka, maybe people will hear it differently and pay attention to it in a way that they never have, because it's very creepy and disturbing.
Well, and also particularly with the sexually transmitted disease, if this goes to trial, discovery, they will talk to his doctors. Right. That should be knowable.
I didn't know that's against the law. It's against the law to
knowingly give somebody. I mean, this is an STD she's going to live with for the rest of her life.
Yeah, very, very disturbing story. Thank you. But I'm glad she's speaking up, and I'm glad you're telling the story.